This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
We got to start, of course, with Vic Fangio. And Fangio, this is a crazy story, is what it is. It's, to me, at least right now, okay, because I've been trying to dig, and it's been hard to get info, to be quite honest. And I think he agreed to a deal. I think his agent agreed to the deal. And then while his agent was agreeing to a deal, then it's funny because I was having a conversation with somebody last night and how they were explaining to me how one agent, handles his client the way they're supposed to, but it ends up pissing off the general manager, and then the general manager does something that pisses off the agent. And meanwhile, the player is kind of caught in the middle and doesn't really know about everything till after. And when they were telling me that story yesterday, I'm thinking about what's going on right now with this whole Fangio mess. And while most people right now are kind of caught, in a rock and a hard place, something tells me that the agent had the green light to negotiated a deal, agreed to a deal, but I think Fangio kind of got emotional about this, where he's got options. And remember, I told you this a week ago. I don't think Miami was ever the first option. Okay? And maybe he thought it was Miami because Peyton could not find a home. Nobody wanted Peyton. The Denver Broncos didn't want Peyton. Okay? Peyton didn't want to go reconstruct Russell Wilson. He wanted to go to a couple of other places instead. Everybody had to settle. Okay? But this all kind of got crazy with D'Amico Ryans and everything else. And, Zona's not interested in Sean Payton and all that. Nobody really was interested in paying the price to trade for him, pay the price of his salary, and control. And that's what you had to do if you were going to acquire him. Nobody was willing to do that. So this is a real mess, what's going on. So for me, the way I define the Fangio situation is the Dolphins negotiated a contract with the agent. And then the agent, when he gets on the phone to tell Fangio, we got a deal, he goes, whoa, wait a minute. I just talked to Sean Payton. I got a call from Kyle Shanahan. I'm not ready to commit to anything. You may have committed, but I haven't signed anything. So I'm not committing yet. So then you put the agent in a bad place, who then puts the team in a bad place. So now you've got the team pissed off, the agent pissed off, and then the client, player, coach, in this case, it's a coach, which is rarely ever this happens with a coach. With a player, it can happen. But with a coach, it really never happens. And remember what we told you. With Fangio, things were kind of personal. Moms in Florida, girlfriends in California, family in Philadelphia, and then relationships with Kyle Shanahan, with Sean Payton. And so now all of a sudden, all of these things get in the way. Mike McDaniel does not have a relationship with Vic Fangio. Okay? It's more of a, what's that? It's you're connected, but by other ways, by other people and things like that. And so whether it's the Shanahans or Kubiak or whatever. And by the way, from what I'm told, Kyle Shanahan and Mike McDaniel aren't necessarily, buddy and all that kind of stuff. So he's competing for Fangio. He wants to screw Mike McDaniel in the process too. And that's why, to me, this is all just a mess that the coach put everybody in. And he shouldn't have done that, but it's his life. It's his decision. He's 60, going to be 65 in August or September or something like that. So this is a man that this is probably his last deal. And he wants to make sure that he's going to go somewhere where he really wants to be. And I know people are asking, well, you just got fired from that place, which I know that's the weird part about it. But the difference is this is a different ownership group. And even if the general manager is in place, okay, there's a new general manager in town. His name is Sean Payton. So Fangio knows he's going back with power and leverage. That's the difference now. And that's where, to him, it doesn't matter if he goes back there, I guess. Doesn't make any sense personally. But then again, I went back to QAM. You know what I mean? So now I left QAM. Okay. Got fired the last time around, but I left QAM to 640 because, they had an idiot program director in place that was like a sales guy. And he was just putting ex-athletes on and destroying the station. And that was kind of the start of the end of QAM, basically. That's where it all started, pretty much, the demise of QAM. Once it went to CBS and Odyssey just finished him off. But CBS was just a disgrace of an ownership group. When they took over all those radio stations and gutted them and fired all kinds of really good people just to lower the bottom line in order they can sell it, But anyway, so I kind of understand, that whole thing. I mean, QAM asked me 3 times before I went back from 640 because I wouldn't go back the first couple. One of the times they approached me like, hey, would you want to be the sidekick to Michael Irvin? I was like, huh? Sidekick? Are you kidding me? I forgot more about sports than that guy will ever know. That guy can't even do a freaking talk show. He's a guy you use for a segment. Michael Irvin can't even do a live spot. Like, what are you talking about? No, I'm not his sidekick. Kiss my ass. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. So, and once they stopped approaching me about stupid shit, and then told me, oh, okay, well, no, we got your own show. Okay, there you go. Because I've been a host my entire time. I'm not a sidekick. I'm not some producer, and I'm not none of that crap. You know what I mean? And so that's the difference between me and some others out there. They might be willing to be lapdogs and sidekicks and all that. We's lead dog here. That's how we play. We a lead dog. But anyway, and that's what Fangio thinks he is, a lead dog. So now he goes back with leverage. But if he goes back to San Francisco, he goes with a terrific defense. We'll see. By the way, Trent Williams is contemplating retirement now with the San Francisco 49ers after a long season. That would be a hell of a loss for them too. But the Fangio thing, I think, is out of everybody's control. Okay? I really feel that way. And Pelissero might have gotten it from the agent, not even the Dolphins. It's not exactly sure. Now, maybe after Pelissero reported it, some of the local guys might have gotten something from somebody in the building. And maybe they confirmed it at that point. Oh, I'm about to sneeze. I'm trying to hold my sneeze in. Anyway, so, it's just a screwed up situation. And one that nobody really has control over because apparently something's going on with Vic Fangio. And he really wants to make the right decision for him. And I don't blame him in that sense. You know what I mean? It's nice to have options. And the man has options. He has built up his career to the point that he's got multiple suitors. And you just want to kind of, make sure that you make the right decision.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.